Is Elizabeth Whelan. Elizabeth, thanks so much for joining us. I have to ask you, what was that like to stand up at the United Nations and look at the Russian Foreign Minister, Sergey Lavrov, right straight in the eye?
It was extraordinary. When you're doing something like that at that moment, all I could think of is I'm doing this for Paul. And not just for Paul, but for Evan, for Trevor Reed, who had come back, for Brittany Griner, who had come back, for everyone who has been wrongfully detained by Russia.
You said that you hoped that by being there, you would show him your face, that it would make an impact. Do you think it did? What was his reaction?
Well, I think that they were surprised that we had done that. It's
Right.
not typical for a family member to suddenly be in that situation. I'm not sure what impact it will make, but I do believe that the pressure that we're all applying and the strong suggestion that they take this significant offer will eventually bear some fruit.
Your parents were able to speak to Paul. He was able to call them from prison last night. He said he saw you.
We were stunned. Just a few hours after I had actually been speaking right there at the United Nations, Paul saw it on Russian television, and he was thrilled, as you can imagine.
I can only imagine. And that must have really given him some hope to see his sister standing in the United Nations confronting the Russian foreign minister in person.
Exactly. And I think, he has been very concerned since Evan has been arrested. What will that mean? Will he be left behind a third time? Will Evan come home before him? And to see us there, to see us standing up for him, I think he realizes we're all in the fight. We are all trying to get him home.
He's been sentenced to 16 years in a prison camp. He's been left out of 2 prisoner exchanges. I can only imagine it's been excruciating each time. What has he said?
He's tried to be understanding. He knows that Russia is messing with the U.S. That's why these trades are happening the way they are. But really, this has to come to an end. And I think our whole family is trying to make that point. Paul cannot be left behind a third time. Not just for Paul, but also, Russia is playing with us. And I think we're all rather tired of seeing that happen, and we want to get an upper hand on this situation.
You mentioned that it was a blow when he heard about the arrest of Evan Gershkovich,
Yes.
which is seen by many as a real escalation by Russia,
Absolutely.
the first seizing of a journalist since the Cold War. Did he think, oh no, now there'll be a third prisoner swap and it won't include me? Or, okay,
yeah,
that's right.
exactly what he thought. And particularly with all the attention that Evan has been able to get, the Wall Street Journal, that's a significant force. We don't begrudge Evan or anyone else whatever sort of attention they're able to get. I mean, everybody should have that sort of thing. But Paul is just a regular guy, and we are just a normal family, and we don't have quite that sort of clout. And the first thing he thought of is, oh no, I'm going to get left behind because of all of this. So to see the ambassador standing up, to see me there at the United Nations,
really gave him hope.
I think it gave him hope.
We hear about Paul Whelan, we hear about Evan Gershkovich, we heard about, Mr. Sweden, who we talked about, who's being held in China. What is it like as a family member of somebody being held in the conditions that they're in a place where the rules are completely different and somebody else is calling the shots? I can't imagine how agonizing that must be for you.
It's really difficult to know that he is innocent of the charges. He shouldn't be there, and just to see this drag out. But I think what's important is also to talk about how Paul himself is dealing with it. People say to me, how is he? And I say, well, he's being strong. But that strength is something he has to pull out of himself every single day. He wakes up every single day in IK-17, the prison camp, and he has to find the strength to get through another day, hoping that that will be the day he gets a call that he will be going home. But every night he goes to bed, that call never happened, and he has to do it again the next day. That is the strength I'm talking about. It's extraordinary.
Well, Elizabeth Whelan, I certainly hope for you and your family that the news is good soon, and that your brother will be on his way home soon. And you know what? Kudos to you for standing up to Sergey Lavrov in the United Nations.
That was a good moment. Thank
We'll be
you.
right back.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.